Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina at Dale Softball Stadium at NC State University. As NC State University takes on the 25th Virginia Tech Hokies. I am Sam Harding. Alongside me is Softball America's editor-in-chief, Marin Angus. And we have two teams, the sun peeks through, that were ranked relatively low in the ACC preseason poll, coming in both head coaches their first season. It's Jennifer Patrick Swift's first conference games. And what are the keys here, Marin?
Yeah, the keys to the game here, I think even if you look at this preseason poll, Virginia Tech did have one early first place vote. And, you know, Coach Pete DeMoore, he likes his pitching. He likes where his hitting is at. They only have 64 strikeouts on the season. And then on the flip side with Coach Jennifer Patrick Swift, you know, her approach with her offense is, you know, swing for the fences. And they know they're going to strike out a lot, but they know that their pitchers can also get a lot of strikeouts.
Absolutely. And on the mound is Sydney Nestor. She buckles in and throws the first pitch for a ball. And Nestor is coming off a spectacular outing with a no-hitter. She's recently been named ACC Pitcher of the Week. As in the box across from her is number 9, Al Velasquez. The ball outside. Velasquez comes in with a hitting streak on the season. As you take a look at the lineup here, we have number 2, Darby Troll behind her. Number 4, Darby Troll. Ball outside.
Nestor falling behind 3-0 to the leadoff batter. Not exactly what you're looking for to start the conference play here.
Nestor goes 3-0. Gets her strike now, 3-1 count. And Nestor now finding her rhythm as Velasquez comes in with that 9-game hitting streak. Now it's time to really look for the swing here.
3-1, if I'm Velasquez, I'm still looking for a pitch that I want to hit.
Didn't find it, ball inside. She takes a little stroll down to first base. Number 34, Skylar Johnson goes out to Nestor. Number 4, Darby Troll in the box now. Nestor with the windup, ball outside. Troll on the season hitting .475. She's got a runner on base at first. Corner's playing a little in, looking for a bunt. Troll hits it right up the middle. Gonna get doubled up there. It's a great play there by number 5, April Visser for NC State.
Visser able to read that ball immediately off the bat. Troll kind of gets it off the end of the bat, soft liner over to Visser, who is able to double up. Looks like Virginia Tech had a hit and run on that play, and really Velasquez getting caught in no man's land.
Nothing she could do to get back as Nestor has no men on now, throws another ball high. Really getting behind on these batters recently, has not thrown a first pitch strike yet. As number 13, Caitlin Nolan, steps in the box. Second pitch swinging. That's a 1-1 count.
That changeup from Nestor there, something that they've really been working on. And when she throws it for a strike, it becomes her best pitch.
Foul ball right back to the backstop there. Caitlin Nolan hitting .324 on the season with 7 home runs and 21 RBI. She leads this Virginia Tech team in home runs. 1-2 count. And a strikeout there swinging for Nestor. Nestor gets out of what could have been a tough situation, walking the first batter, getting a double play. And she gets out of that with the strikeout there, swinging from Nolan.
Leading off the top of the bottom of the first, 4-year Wolfpack from Charlotte, North Carolina, left fielder number 3, Sam Russ.
Welcome back as NC State comes up to bat in the bottom of the first here, and on the mound is Carrie Eberly, who's selected to the 2019 All-ACC preseason team. And coming from Softball America, you have a little bit more research on her.
Yeah, Carrie Eberly, one of those pitchers who she was really good in the ACC last season, kept Virginia Tech in a lot of games, and according to our top 100 for preseason Division I players, we ranked her as number 89 in the country. So looking to see big things out of Eberly again this season.
And the box against her is number 3, Sam Russ, as the ball goes in for ball 1. Russ steps in with a 290 average, two doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs on the season. Looking for the second pitch here from Eberly. Pulls it foul down the first base line.
Eberly is known for her drop ball. She does have a rise ball. She can throw a changeup, but her best pitch definitely her drop ball and being able to keep it low in the zone. We'll see how her approach is with the Wolfpack this weekend, because they do like to swing at drop balls.
Pulled right down the first base line as Russ looks for 2. Russ now digging in, gonna go for 3 as the ball goes to the shortstop, and she gets in sliding for a triple, leadoff triple by Sam Russ. And it didn't look like she had any trouble getting there as the ball was cut off by the shortstop, number 13, Caitlin Nolan.
Looked like hesitating a little bit at second, but Russ gets a drop ball low and in, drives it down the right field line into the corner, and with her speed, she's gunning for it as Coach Patrick Swift waves her around to third, and she goes in with a slide. Gotta love seeing a leadoff triple, though, especially with Bridget Norbert up in the box now.
Nordberg watches the first pitch go through. Nordberg is tied 4th in NCAA with home runs at 12 right now, and she's looking for another. NC State has really been living by the home run this season. 34 total for the team.
2 shy of last year's total of 36. It's impressive to see how they've done that so far.
Their first game of conference now, they're 2 shy. It's got to be good for Coach Swift.
They preach the home run mindset. I think it's one of those things where you never know who's going to hit the next one every time somebody comes up to the plate.
Only one player in the starting lineup without a home run for this NC State team.
Eberly being careful with Nordberg.
It's a 3-0 count right now to Nordberg, as you have number 34, Skylar Johnson, in the on-deck circle. Eberly winds up. Nordberg swinging on 3-0.
Green light, I like it.
When you're a power hitter, you're probably going to get that meatball on that 3-0 pitch. So Very aggressive approach by this NC State team. Russ on third, really wanting to set the tone early in their first conference game. As Nordberg watches it go through, saunters down to first base. Runners on the corner for Johnston.
Everly getting a little frustrated with her strike zone, not really sure where she missed on that one.
However, the top of the first was any indication they can change really quick. We saw Nestor get out of a jam with the line drive double play and then strike out the third batter and go 3 up, 3 down, really on a swing. So Eberly hoping to get out of this jam, maybe 4 up, 3 down. Ball driven back to Eberly, looks back the runner at third, and Johnson thrown out. Nordberg advances to second. Runners in scoring position now for number 10, Logan Morris.
Johnson a little out in front of that pitch, as you could see it literally hit off the end cap and just squirts back to Everly in the circle, but you know, didn't get far enough to where Russ could really get a good jump.
Just outside there for ball 1 was Everly, as Morris comes in with 13 RBIs on the season, looking to add 2 more, as you have Nordberg and Russ on base for. Everly winds, delivers. It's a 1-1 count now.
Morris is second on the team in home runs this season with 6, but only 13 RBIs. Kind of, you know, one of those things where she's hitting a lot of her home runs without runners on. Now would probably be a good time.
Up that ante of RBIs, trying to chase Nordberg, who has 32. Ball fouled off right in front of us. Everly looks for the sign. Stands on the rubber. Twists and winds. 1-2 pitch, hit back to the shortstop, going to be thrown at home, and they're going to get Russ at home. That was a great play there by number 13, Caitlin Nolan. Throw out Russ. Thought she could come home on that. Now runners are on the corner.
Russ was going as soon as contact was made by Morris as she hits this ball up the middle. Gets a high hop, but Russ just not able to get around the tag, as it was a bang bang. It was really close, but
great awareness by Everly to duck out of the way too, and not cause any problems for Nolan throwing it home, to not get in the way.
Yeah, Nolan made a perfect throw home.
That was a beautiful throw. As you have now runners on the corner for number 12, Natalie Jones. Jones watches strike 1 come in. No runs scored. Runner on first and third. Jones looking to add to her RBI total of 10. She's third on the team. Watches strike 2 go in, and Everly looks to have found a little rhythm now, painting that corner.
She's Everly starting to figure out what the zone is that the umpire likes behind the plate. I think she's figuring out that he likes middle out, and he's not calling a lot on the inside corner so far, but that could change as the game goes on.
Everly didn't get that outside corner. It's now 1-2. This first inning does feel like Everly is just trying to feel out that strike zone, just trying to paint all corners, see what she can get, and then come in the second with a finer tune.
I think both pitchers this inning have been trying to figure out what the zone is, which is typical.
Alex Leap, our home plate umpire today. Russ swings at an inside pitch, or Jones swings and strikes out as Eberle gets out of that jam. No runs scored as we end the first inning.
Okay, fans, get out your bingo cards. We got your numbers for you out of the first inning here. The numbers are B3, 065, M32, 074, and 071. Again, each number on your softball bingo card represents a play that has happened in today's game. Now look at your chart, fill out your card. We will also announce the winning numbers following each inning. Remember, the game is played only when the pack is at bat. First person to get 5 numbers in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, and report to the press box will be our winner. Also, fans, anytime the Wolfpack hits a home run this season, these shirts are going to be thrown into the stands, so make sure you make some noise. The Wolfpack hits it out of the park. Fans, be sure to visit the concession stand located on the concourse. We got hot dogs, candy, Coke.
Welcome back to Dale Softball Stadium as NC State takes the field. Around Nestor, we have Sam Russ out in left field, Andy Rizzi out in center, Bridget Norbert out in right, and as we go to the infield, we have Logan Morris at third base, April Visser at shortstop, Natalie Jones at second base, and Skylar Johnson at first, and behind the plate is Kelly Wagner, and we have Nestor on the mound, coming back for her second inning of work, getting out of a jam, walking the first batter, but still going 3 up, 3 down on a line drive, double play, and striking out the last batter of the frame.
Nestor did a good job of being able to fight back through the, we'll call it a poor start, right? Getting behind in the counts to the first couple of batters and able to shut down that Virginia Tech offense.
And against her is going to be number 14, Emma Straus, left fielder for the Hokies, hitting cleanup. Nestor winds and delivers. Outside pitch. Looked like it had a lot of English on it. Gets away from Wagner there. Straus comes in hitting .408 on the season with 22 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 4 home runs. Ball inside, 2-0 count. Nestor again falling behind, still has not thrown a first pitch strike.
She's hitting .408, and she leads the team in hits. What I would give to be able to hit above 400.
Nestor gets her strike in. They have multiple players on this Virginia Tech team hitting 400 or above. You have 4 players with Eberle as well. The starting pitcher for this Hokies team as Nestor throws in ball 3. Kelsey Bennett, who follows Straus in this lineup. Straus herself is hitting .408. And Darby Troll, this number 2 hitter, is hitting .475. You have 4 very strong hitters in this Virginia Tech lineup. And that's just hitting above 400. As Nestor walks the first batter of this inning as well.
I like Wagner being able to take time to go out and talk to Nestor. You have to remember these are 2 freshmen pitching and catching in their first big conference game. They need to be on the same page, and they just need to communicate with each other throughout because they haven't been here before. So they need to lean on each other and say, hey, you know what? This is okay. You got this, and I got you.
Both Wagner and Nestor are going to go through this together. Runner on first. Ball high. Nestor again can't get a first pitch strike. She goes up against number 8, Kelsey Bennett, as Wagner goes out to talk.
Pitching coach Chelsea Wilkinson calling time to come out and talk. Probably telling her a little bit of the same thing. You know, this is okay. Breathe. You got this. You know, all of your standard cliche talks that you can give.
Calm them down.
Calm them down. Yeah, she's, Nestor's pitches are moving, so she's got the spin and she's got the movement. She's just not hitting location, and she's got a little more speed on her pitches today, which, it just could be that she's a little too hyped up, which can also cause you to overthrow and miss location.
Or it could just be the ball. She had a bad ball. She just put it back to the umpire. Could chalk it up to the ball, maybe. A little superstition there.
Maybe.
There she is. New ball, first strike. It holds a little water right now. Bennett, one of the 4 hitting above 400 on this Virginia Tech lineup. High ball. Runner's going to move to second. Wagner's just going to eat it there. She was looking ahead, I think, before she caught that ball. Slipped through her mitt, allowing Straus to get to second base.
Looked like a rise ball with a little too much rise on it. I think we've seen that a couple times so far this game, where the rise ball is just getting away from Wagner. I'd like to see Nestor be able to bring it back in.
Ball high, it's going to go foul, out of play now. And there's Straus on second base. And Nestor fighting with a 2-2 count here against Bennett. Nestor winds, delivers a pitch. It's going to be knocked up. It's going to go to first baseman Skylar Johnson.
First baseman number 2, Jamie Bailey.
Now Bailey comes up to bat.
Johnson reading that ball immediately off the bat and coming in. She's playing first base today. She started the season at third. For some, it's not easy to make that transition from the left side to the right side, and especially playing third base to first base. There's a lot of different things that go into reading the ball off the bat. But I like the way that she was able to immediately read it and call everybody off.
It's a really good read there by Johnson. Nestor gets her first pitch strike on Bailey. Nestor winds. Now it's an 0-2 count. Nestor's finding a little rhythm now. Nestor looking for the signs, checks her wristband. Ball hit right through the gap. They're going to hold Straus at third. Runners on the corner. Bailey just hits it right through the shortstop third base gap.
For the pitcher, number 25, Carrie Eberly.
Bailey gets a pitch on the outside corner, pulls it to left field. Russ being able to read it and keep that runner on third.
Now runners on the corner, possibility for a double play for this Wolfpack team as Eberly comes up to bat. Eberly watches the first pitch come in high. Eberly hitting 400 on the season with only 5 at-bats. She does have an RBI on the season. Looking to add a little bit more to her total, help herself out on the mound. Runner goes to second, ball's thrown low. They've got her at second. One hopper to April Visser, who's able to scoop that up and place the tag on Bennett there.
Wagner gets this ball up and makes a throw to second. Close bang bang play. NC State gets the call. It looked like maybe there was that Coach DeMoore put a play on and didn't quite go as planned in that situation. If my runner's running from first to second on a straight steal like that, I would want my runner on third to get a better jump. And as that throw goes all the way to second, that runner needs to take a bigger lead to see if they're even going to make the tag at second.
It looks like it might have been a little bunt and steal. The ball was just too outside for Everly to try to place a bunt. Runner win anyway. It did look like a miscommunication. Nestor gets a strike in the 3-1 count. or swings on the 3-1 delivery. Ball's hit up. Johnson's under it. Going to get called off by Natalie Jones. And NC State gets out of another jam. Runners on the corner. Runners in scoring position as NC State goes into the bottom of the second. Still 0-0.
And don't forget to pull out your mobile phone and like the NC State softball page on Facebook. You can also follow the team on Twitter at Pack Softball and on Instagram at NC State Softball. Keep up with the latest news, behind-the-scenes looks, and ways to win prizes throughout the season. Also, fans, you can stay up to date on all of NC State Athletics giveaways, promotional days, and more. Just visit gopack.com/promotions for more information. Fans, we want to give a big birthday shout out to Connie Nemo. Connie, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Connie!
Welcome back for the bottom of the second as we take a look now at Virginia Tech's starting lineup. Behind starting pitcher Carrie Eberly, we have Emma Straus out in left field, Darby Troll out in center, and then rounding off the outfield we have right fielder Al Velasquez. And then as we take a look inside the dirt, we have Kelsey Bennett at third base, Caitlin Nolan shortstop. Second base is Maddie Banks, and at first we have Jamie Bailey, and behind the plate, not hitting today, is Mackenzie Lauder. And on the mound, of course, is Eberly, who finishes throwing her pitch. And against Eberly, leading off is number 13, Randy Farraker, NC State's designated player.
From Dorr, California, number 13, Randy Farraker.
Stepping in on the right side of the box.
Something to point out about the Virginia Tech defense is that there are 3 freshmen starting in the infield and a sophomore behind the plate. Nice to see the young guns stepping up.
Swing there by Farraker. Pulls it just foul of first base side. Farraker is hitting 200 on the season, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, and 6 RBIs. She's behind now in the count 0-1. Started off aggressive. Eberly sends her another quick swing. 2 strikes, but two foul balls. Trying to zone in, figure out how to approach Eberly.
Farraker is one of those players. She's kind of been switching out with Jessica Moore a lot this season at DP, and you know they've been rotating out at first base.
Watches ball 1 go in. Every player on this Virginia Tech infield has their sunglasses on, which sometimes is necessary as the sun keeps peeking out through the clouds, but I don't think it's going to be needed very much right now. The sun is hidden behind lots of gray clouds right now.
I was a sunglasses wearer when I played. I didn't like the visor or hat. It was more about the sunglasses. Maybe not exactly for the sun. You know, there's sometimes it's just bright even when the sun is behind the clouds, but I also wore them to hide the look on my face.
Ball's fouled up. It's going to go high behind catchers. In softball with the bright ball, does the sunglasses help maybe track the ball a little bit more? Even if you're not using it for a bright day, maybe help you find the ball a little bit?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think it's personal preference. All of them are wearing it, including the outfielders.
Ball's going to be pushed just foul. That was going to give Al Velasquez trouble out there in right field. As another foul ball by Farraker in this at-bat.
Farraker with kind of an inside-out approach so far, as all of her foul balls have gone to the right side. And it doesn't really matter where the pitch is thrown. I think maybe she took one foul ball down the left side.
Farraker now hits second base. Maddie Banks makes the play and gets her out.
Takes that pitch middle out, and Virginia Tech defense playing it perfectly.
Easy put out. Now catcher Kelly Wagner steps up to the plate for the Wolfpack. She's the 7 hitter in this lineup. And 235 on the season. Wagner watches ball 1 drop low.
Still without a home run. You think she ever thinks about it?
I think she does. I feel like she's definitely been hearing chirps about how she's the only one without a home run in the starting lineup. Coach Swift is probably getting after her a little bit, make sure she gets one. Wagner is part of that freshman battery unit with Nestor in their first ACC games of the season. Wagner ahead of that one would be a 1-2 count.
Hit it hard, girl.
Wagner watches ball 2 go high.
Wagner recently broke out of what I would call a little bit of a slump, as she's collected hits in 3 of the last 4 games.
She goes, watches strike 3 go on a little of a check swing. Everly getting her second strikeout of the game.
New York, number 42, Angie Rizzi.
Now stepping into the box, number 42, Angie Rizzi, the center fielder for this Wolfpack team. 2 outs now for Everly. No runners on so far in this bottom of the second. Ball high. Rizzi comes in with 2 home runs on the season, hitting .189. Delivery just a bit high. 1-1 count now, 2 outs.
Rizzi had been hitting in the 9 hole for the majority of this season. I think the Wolfpack, they're still trying to figure out who that 9 hitter is going to be, if it's going to be Rizzi or if it's going to be Visser, as they're both really struggling offensively right now.
Ball just blooped up to Maddie Banks. That'll end the inning. NC State goes 3 up, 3 down. Virginia Tech trots in to end the second inning.
To the top of the 3rd, still no score. Okay, fans, get out those bingo cards. Numbered for this inning, I-17 and G55. Again, I-17, G55. First person to get 5 numbers in a row, either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, and reports it to the press box, is going to be today's winner. Okay, fans, during the 3rd inning, be looking for a Wolfpack double play. If the Wolfpack records a double play during the inning, you can win a prize by tweeting Pack Pair, hashtag Pack Pair, at Pack Softball. Again, if we get a double play, hashtag Pair at Pack Softball. Eight, 9-1 coming up for the Hokies, top of the 3rd.
back as we start the top of the third. Nestor still on the mound, warming up, and leading off for the Hokies is going to be number 20, Sierra Walton, the designated player. Walton's now stepping into the box. The ball gets back to Nestor. Nestor slaps gloves with third baseman Logan Morris. Walton comes into this game hitting .240, 25 plate appearances, and 5 doubles on the season. No home runs, but 8 RBIs. She steps into the box to face Nestor for her first time around.
It's her 9th start of the season, and it's one of those, she's got 6 hits, but 5 of them are doubles, as you mentioned. And last weekend, I think she kind of had a good performance against Georgia Tech, which earned her the start today.
Nestor gets behind at 1-0. And a little liner down, little blooper out to Sam Russ in left field. And Walton's going to get to first base, getting her 7th hit of the season.
Kind of just takes his pitch low and drops it right into left field. Sounded a little weird off the bat. Umpire had to go out and check the ball, make sure it's all good.
Have a pinch runner now, number 19, Kinsey Johnson, going to take the place of Walton now. Number 29, second baseman Maddie Banks comes in, who made 2 of the outs in that last inning. Maddie Banks hitting from the left-hand side, squares the bunt. Looked like we were going to have a little, maybe a steal there from Johnson, but Johnson goes back, retreats.
I'm looking for a sacrifice in this situation. Move the runner from first into scoring position. Make the defense, force the defense to make a play.
I think that's what they're going to do. It tries third or second. They're not going to get there. And Maddie Banks gets on first as she tried to just sacrifice it, but that was Morris that threw the ball to second base. Didn't get them. Ball was dropped. I don't think they were going to get him anyway. The player was already on the bag. And now Hokies have 2 runners on base.
The bunt is dropped down perfectly. Morris playing third, just kind of new to the third base position, but not new to the infield. And on that play specifically, I'm looking for the defense to make the call early to let her know, hey, your play is at first base. Her play was not at second base.
Check swing goes around on the leadoff hitter, Velasquez, and Velasquez walked in the first. Nestor was able to go 3 up, 3 down that inning. Another fake bunt. Keeping Wagner guessing up behind the plate. 1-1 count now. As Nestor steps back on the mound, looks for her sign. The entire infield checks their wristbands. Nestor winds, inside pitch.
Good spot there by Nestor. You know, you want to be able to prove to the batter, like, hey, I can come inside on you. I'm not afraid of this. Didn't get the call. You can see Velasquez kind of close to that. She kind of crowds the plate a little bit, so you have to come inside.
Ball to Jones at second base. Advances the runners, and Velasquez is going to be thrown out. 1 out now, bringing number 4, Darby Troll, to the plate. The runners now in scoring position for her.
Good position for Darby Troll to be in. Leading the team in hitting. Now she's up with 2 in scoring position.
18 RBIs on the season. 3 home runs as well for Troll. Nestor delivers. Ball 1 low. Infield is playing a little in, looking for that play at home.
You want to be able to keep this ball in the infield no matter what, whether if it's a pop fly or a ground ball, you can't let it get to the outfield.
Gonna get Rod's count here, 1-1. Nestor winds, delivers a pitch. Ball's gonna be popped to Russ out and left, and the runner's gonna tag. And Virginia Tech's gonna get the first run across as the pinch runner, number 19, Kinsey Johnson, touches the plate on a sacrifice by Troll.
Troll with a good piece of hitting, being able to lift it opposite field. Take a ball kind of inside out swing. Russ plays it, just not enough on her ball to make a play at home.
Standing goes Johnson for the first run. Ball inside, 2 outs now for Nestor in this NC State team. Runner just on second. Maddie Banks digs in there at second base. Nestor checks her wristband, swings and delivers. Ball pulled to Russ again. Russ just dives, can't make the play. That's gonna plate Maddie Banks as Nolan gets to second base on that RBI double.
Russ had a good effort, but I don't think the play was there. As you can see, Nolan drives this ball down the line. Russ close, but it's just too late as she dives after the ball passes her.
Good bounce there by Russ to have it just bounce right back to her and only let her get a second. The ball's going to be hit to center field. That's Rizzi throwing it high to Wagner. That's going to be the third run of this inning. It's just a good piece of hitting by Straus, getting it to center field and playing that runner from second base.
Straus getting that ball over the plate, taking it up the middle. That ball was middle. She takes it right back up the middle. Rizzi with the throw home, just high.
Nestor there for the backup. And we have Straus standing at second base with Kelsey Bennett coming up. Gonna watch the pitch go. Ball 1. Virginia Tech came out aggressive at this top of the third inning, getting 3 runs across. High pitch there by Nestor, falling behind 2-0.
Just goes to show you how good the heart of this lineup has been through the beginning of this season. They just continue rolling and they continue putting the bat on the ball.
Ball's going to be popped to right field as Wagner to get out number 3, but not before the damage is done by the Hokies, plating 3 runs as we go into the bottom of the third inning.
Fans, ESPN and the ACC bring you the ACC Network, a 24/7 network dedicated to ACC excellence. Run with the Wolfpack all year long and catch all of the conference action on ACCN. Coming to TV and computer and mobile screens this August. Visit getaccn.com to learn more. Fans, upcoming NC State Track and Field will be hosting the Raleigh Relays March the 29th and 30th across the concourse over at Third Track. Admission is free, so don't miss any of the action. It's NC State Track and Field. 9-1-2 coming up for your Wolfpack, bottom of the third.
Welcome back to the bottom of the third as Virginia Tech is up 3-0 on this Wolfpack team, as we have Visser coming up in the 9-hole, Russ hitting second, and Nordberg in the hole. Everly still on the mound. And Wands delivers right back to her. Easy out for this Hokies, getting first pitch out. And up to the plate comes Russ, who in the first at bat, she was able to get the Wolfpack off to a hot start with a triple. Let's take a look at it now.
Sam Russ takes a drop ball inside, drives it to right field, gets caught in the corner, and she's able to take third pretty easily. It's the lone hit for the Wolfpack so far today.
Russ with the bunt, it's going to be foul. Looked like a little backspin on it, just went behind the plate.
That's what you have to like about Sam Russ and her ability to swing for extra bases and then be able to come up and drop one down for an infield hit. And that's what the Swifts like about her too. They like how she's able to set the table and she's able to get on base any way that she can.
Russ is now hitting 300 on the season. The count moves to Rod's 1-1. Steps in, hitting from the left side. Foul behind the plate by Russ. 1-2 count now for Everly.
We hear a lot in softball that if you hit 300, that means obviously that you're successful 3 out of 10 times, which is successful in softball. And a lot of coaches refer to this as a game of failure. But if your leadoff hitter can get on with 3 hits every 10 times and then mix in the fact that she's got 14 walks and her on-base percentage is .443, I think you're in good shape.
Everly just misses that inside corner, making a 2-2 count. Everly winds. Gonna get Russ swinging for the second out. I think that was a rise ball. Russ thought she could handle and just goes up a little above her head for that.
You see Everly coming with this ball, and it starts high and finishes high. That's one of those pitches where when you're in the box and you see it hanging there, you're like, oh yeah, I got this. And then by the time you start your swing and you begin to swing, you're like, oh, maybe I don't. And it just jumps a little bit too high at that point.
You could see her lean back a little bit as it got a little higher, trying to get a little bit more, because it's too late to stop the swing at that point. Nordberg now approaches the plate. She walked in her first at-bat. Nordberg watches ball 1. Everly delivers. Nordberg watches strike 1 come through. Pitch looked like it had a lot of zip on it there by Everly.
Looked like a drop ball, and that is one of her best pitches. And Nordberg, you know, she's looking for whatever pitch that she thinks she can handle. Not necessarily a strike, but like Coach Patrick Swift told us that, you know, that they're individualized strike zones, right? And so they've been working a lot this week on expanding that individualized strike zone so that the players can swing at the balls that they like, not necessarily what the umpire likes.
1-2 delivery. Got a good hold of it, but pulled it a little foul, hitting a trash can past the third base line. 1-2 count. I like Nordberg's stance, foot straddling that line outside the batter's box. Gonna give a big leg kick here. Ball just blooped up. And it's going to be a foul ball.
Norbert gets lucky on this one. She pops it up, doesn't know where it is. Eberle touches it in fair territory, which should have made it a fair ball, but the umpire calls it a foul. I think Nordberg just gets lucky on that right there.
That's why your coaches in Little League tell you to always run if you make contact. We exchanged a look up here in the box. We thought that should have been a fair ball, but Nordberg gets lucky, gets another release on life. Oh. Using all 9 lives here is Nordberg. Fouls that one off. Still 1-2 count.
It's funny to see the last 3 foul balls, right? She pulls one a mile down the left field line. Then the next one is a little infield pop. And then that one is she's holding up on a changeup.
Lots of regression. And there she's starting to get that speed back up on her fouls. Nordberg has fouled off the last 4 pitches.
I would almost look for Eberle to put some speed on a ball on the inside part of the plate. See if she can jam her again.
Looks like she might have. Ball hit shortstop, and they're going to get Nordberg at first. That's another 1-2-3 inning as we end the 3rd. Virginia Tech up 3-0 on the Wolfpack.
Okay, fans, time to get out those bingo cards again. Here's the numbers from the last inning. 069, B6, and N33. First person to get 5 numbers in a row.
We are back as the top of the 4th is about to get underway with the visiting Virginia Tech Hokies up 3-0, scoring all 3 runs in the top of the 3rd, and this is how they did it.
Get a sac fly to left. You know, just getting those runners on are key for the Hokies and not leaving them, and then you get a double down the left field line to score another one. And then a single up the middle to extend the lead to 3. You gotta like the aggression out of the Hokies so far today.
Hokies come out to a strong lead, getting those runs in the 3rd inning.
As you see, the Hokies are no stranger to scoring early, and they are able to keep the opponents without scoring.
Nestor gets ahead in the count, strike 1 to a swinging Jamie Bailey. Bailey hitting 364. Strike on the corner for Nestor and goes ahead 0-2 now. Bailey comes in 1 for 1 today. Nestor misses high on that pitch.
Good idea, but I like that Nestor's been able to get ahead for the first time on the leadoff batter today. It, you know, may have taken her a little bit, but she's looking like she's maybe starting to settle in.
Ooh, just misses outside, ball 2. Nestor paces around that pitching circle. Looks for the call, checks the wristband. Almost hits her on deck batter, Eberle. The foul there.
Bailey able to fight that pitch off. One thing that Coach DeMore told us before the game is that, you know, they don't really have a 2-strike approach.
They don't shorten up, don't choke up. Try to keep everything the same going in. Maybe just change up what they're looking for, but the swing stays about the same. Full count now to Bailey. Nestor delivers. High pop. Wagner doesn't know where it's going to be. That's a good call there by Johnson, calling off Wagner. Wagner still had her helmet on, couldn't really locate it well. Wagner came sprinting from that first base bag.
Yeah, the ball skies high, and you see Wagner looks up, doesn't really know where it is, and then in comes Skylar Johnson to save the day.
Really strong call there by Johnson as Eberly now steps into the box, swings first pitch. That's going to be to Jones.
Natalie Jones.
Jones contains that second base, and that's 2 up, 2 down so far.
Player number 20, Walton.
Now Walton, who got the rally going for the Hokies in that third inning, is now up at the plate. She hit that leadoff single and then got the pinch runner, Kinsey Johnson, for her, who was the first run. Johnson played by the sac fly.
It's probably the reason why Coach DeMoore started Walton today, is that he saw something in her last weekend, carried over, and said, hey, you know what, like, you're swinging a good bat right now, let's put you in there. And you saw she's able to spark that rally last inning, and really that gave the Hokies the confidence that they needed to score some runs.
Nestor jumps ahead again, 0-2, now on Walton. One-two count. Walton digs in. Nestor checks, spins and delivers. Outside, and it's going to be cones for Nestor and Walton. Walton's been patient watching her pitches, making sure she gets one that she likes. Fights to another full count. This is the second full count that Nestor's been in after being up 0-2 this inning. This Virginia Tech team does not strike out a lot. They come in with only 64 strikeouts this season. And that shows with their discipline at the bat. Foul ball to the road.
You can see they don't chase a lot of pitches outside the zone, and they force the pitching to really pitch to them. Like, hey, we're not going to swing at your junk outside of the plate. You need to come to us.
Lots of discipline by this Virginia Tech batting. And it's going to be a foul. Drop third. Wagner with the tag, and Nestor goes 3 up, 3 down as we go into the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 Virginia Tech.
Score remains the Hokies 3 and the Wolfpack 0. Okay, fans, it's time for today's Pack Bucket Winner. Be the first person to show the lucky item to a marketing representative behind the press box, and you're going to take home an NC State prize pack. Today's lucky item, a bobby pin. If you've got a bobby pin, be the first one to come to the marketing press box and hand it to a marketing representative, and you're going to be the winner. All right, fans, time to welcome to the press box, Bo Brown. Bo will be today's Wolfpack announcer on the game. He's going to announce the Wolfpack lineup. Coming up in the bottom of the fourth inning, it's Bo Brown.
Welcome back for the bottom of the fourth inning as NC State steps up to Carrie Eberly, who's the pitcher still for Virginia Tech. Here's a look at what she's done recently.
Eberly with the drop ball working today. She's just fooling all of these Wolfpack batters at the plate, holding them to 1 hit so far through three innings of work. You gotta like what we see out of the junior so far.
3 strikeouts, just 1 walk and 1 hit allowed. as Morris steps up to the plate now. No, that's Johnston. Fouls off one, almost hits our camera person out there. And it's gonna be 1-0-1 count. Johnson's 0 for 1 today, still hitting 300 on the season. You gotta imagine she doesn't really want to drop below that 300 line.
Probably not, but you know, she's also wanting to spark some type of rally because the Wolfpack really need to get some hits this inning.
Only one hit, and is that leadoff triple by Russ. And the NC State's been quiet hitting ever since.
Everly's just being really effective. She's working with her location all around the strike zone. You see she comes in with the drop on the inside corner and then able to get her pitches to work on the outside part, which, you know, keeps the batters on their toes. Like, we don't know where she's going.
Johnson just pulls it to the bullpen. Everly looks for the sign. Johnson gets her stance, wags the bat just a little bit, and struck out swinging. It was a good low pitch there by Everly. And that's her 4th strikeout of the day.
Everly again going with the drop ball on the outside corner, and Johnston just, all she can do is wave at it.
Morris, that brings Morris up to the plate, who's hitting 282, 0 for 1 on the day. Second at bat, comes out swinging, first pitch, 0-1 on her.
Everly going right back to that drop ball on the outside corner.
Morris was able to reach on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Watches ball one, dropped in for a 1-1 count.
For NC State, as long as they keep swinging and missing at that drop ball, she's going to keep throwing it. In order for her to change it up, they're going to have to start to lay off of it.
Good contact there by Morris, and Morris sends one high of that left field porch as NC State comes out to celebrate. Morris rounds the bases, hits her 7th home run of the season. Morris looking to start the rally for the NC State team, getting a solo home run in the bottom of the 4th. She got a lot of height on that ball as well.
As you see, Logan Morris lays off the drop ball and then gets a pitch middle in, able to drive it deep to left field off the netting for her 7th home run of the year. Another solo shot, but maybe sparking that NC State rally that they desperately need right now.
Up now is Natalie Jones, who looks to keep that rally going, but it's going to be gobbled up at first base by Jamie Bailey, and that's a good backhanded grab by number 2 there.
Hard ground ball hit to first. Doing whatever she can to stop that ball.
Really stopping a little bit of momentum. Thought it was going to maybe sneak through the gap there for Jones, but Bailey was able to stop it, get that out. Now 2 outs as number 13, Farricker, comes up to the plate. Ball high to Farricker.
Here we go.
I'm all about walk-up songs, and I comment on Randy Farricker's walk-up songs every game that I call. Kudos. I'm loving the Brad Paisley.
High bouncer to third base. Bennett's able to pick it up, and a good snag there by Bailey. As that ends the Wolfpack rally. Morris was able to get a home run going for the Wolfpack. It's now 3-1 in the end of the 4th.
For this past inning, I-30, B-15, and in 41. First person to get 5 numbers in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, reports to the press box. Will be today's winner again. Thanks again to Bo Brown. Hope you enjoy the rest of the game, Bo. Coming up for the Hokies, top of the fifth.
Welcome back to Dale Softball Stadium as NC State cuts into the Virginia Tech lead 1-3 with a home run from Logan Morris as the Hokies send Maddie Banks to the plate for her second at bat. Banks was able to get a little bunt single in that first inning or third inning and be one of the 3 runs scored for the Hokies.
Yeah, Banks coming up in that position, her last at bat for a sacrifice, and with the fielder's choice, able to get on.
Morris at third base playing a little in. Got a slap swing by Banks. That's 1-1.
Fooled by the changeup.
Nestor delivers, gets Banks sprinting and swinging again for a 1-2 count.
Nestor doing a good job of working the outside part of the zone against Banks here. She's shown that she's more of a slapping approach this at bat.
And strikeout for Nestor, gets Banks swinging again on that slap approach.
Back to the top of the order, right fielder.
It's going to be her third strikeout now for Nestor in this game.
Nestor with a rise ball. Banks just not able to stay on top of it.
That brings the top of the order up for the third time for Virginia Tech as Velasquez comes up. Velasquez watches ball 1 sink in. Nestor swings and delivers. Strike to Velasquez. She got caught swinging. Fouled it off to Wagner.
Nestor working really quickly so far this inning, and she's kind of, I think she's, we keep telling, she's finding her rhythm. She needs to find her rhythm. I think she's found it.
Good pitch on the outside corner there. 1-2. There she goes, drop third, and Nestor with her second strikeout of the inning, which is not easy to do against this Virginia Tech team. Looks like she's found her groove on that drop third to Velasquez.
Yeah, Nestor really going with the changeup so far this inning. As you see, she drops one right low and over the middle of the plate, getting Velasquez to swing over the top of it, and Wagner able to make the throw to first to make sure they get the out.
Straus steps up, watches ball 1 go in. Straus had that sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning. She's hitting at .467 now. Still nothing to scoff at. And she's gonna drill 1 to Jones. Had trouble containing it and then throws it wild to Johnson at first base.
Nestor gets the contact that she wants from Troll, and Natalie Jones it eats her up a little bit, and then she rushes the throw and makes it wide. Here you see on the replay, Troll she's in good position, Jones is, but just it eats her up at the last second.
Looked like it hit the back of her glove there and just popped to her right. That's gonna put Troll on first. Aggressive lead from Troll. Now to bat is number 13, Katie Nolan, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run. She had that double in the 3rd. One 0 count. Pulls it to the bushes over past the bullpen of Virginia Tech.
Something to look at in this situation would be, because Nestor has gone to her off-speed pitches, it presents an opportunity for the runner on first to steal second.
Especially if it's one of those low ones that gives Wagner a little hard to handle if the ball is fouled. To our camera again, right in front of the chairs there. 1-2 count. Nolan looks at her bat, drops her shoulders, steps in. Takes a little gather swing. Nestor checks her wristband, spins and delivers. Rizzi gave that ball a chase out in center field and was able to reel it in as no damage was done. And as we go into the bottom of the 5th, 3-1 Virginia Tech.
All right, fans, pull out your roster sheet and look in the upper right-hand corner. If your sheet is punched with a paw print, take it to the marketing table. You're going to win a prize.
We are back with the bottom of the 5th inning as Virginia Tech still has that 2-run lead over NC State. As catcher Kelly Wagner steps up to the plate, stretches out. Everly still throwing for the Hokies. Only allowed 2 hits, one of which being the home run to Morris in the 4th inning. Ball just outside to Wagner.
Wagner struck out looking earlier. She's in this at bat. You don't want to go down looking again. And she's able to hold up on that one.
Does not go around. That's going to be ball 2. If you're Wagner here, you got probably looking to get your first home run of the season, and then that'll light a spark under this Wolfpack team to start another rally, try to get something going. She's going to chop her to 3rd. And that was Kelsey Bennett digging it up. There's a tough hop, right, little short hop to her. She's able to throw it down to Jamie Bailey for the first out of the inning. Angie Rizzi steps up to the plate. Rizzi watches ball one go inside. Rizzi 0 for 1 today, hitting 185.
.389 on base percentage.
Foul ball over the netting. 1-1 count.
She actually leads the team in walks of the season with 18. So she may not be hitting the ball a lot, but she's got a good eye.
Watches one go in for a strike. 1-2 count to Rizzi. Rizzi steps out, gathers, tightens up her gloves. Spins the bat a couple times. Digs in as the pitch is about to be delivered by Eberly. Gonna be a blooper to number 29, Maddie Banks. Banks makes easy work of it, now 2 outs.
Your shortstop, number 5.
April Visser now steps to the plate.
Eberly jams Rizzi on that last pitch, getting her just to pop out to second base. Good work on the junior to keep the Wolfpack in the infield so far this inning.
0 for 1 is Visser, hitting in the 9-hole. Fouls one off behind the plate.
Visser is one of those players where I think the Swifts would really like for her to get going here soon. She's hitting below 100, but she's their best shortstop.
Fouls off another behind the plate. She's hitting .091 on the season with an on-base percentage of .231. Watch the first ball of that bat go low.
She put a good swing on the ball in her last at bat, just hit it hard right back to Eberly in the circle.
Visser strikes out swing to end the inning as Eberly gets up 3 up, 3 down again. And as we go into the top of the 6th inning, Hokies still lead. Welcome back to cloudy Raleigh as NC State is down 1-3 to Virginia Tech, as Virginia Tech has Emma Straus coming up to lead the inning. She is 1 for 1 with a walk and a RBI single in the game, as Nestor is still on the mound throwing for the Wolfpack.
You know, Nestor has done a decent job considering the score through 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Like, she's not throwing a bad game.
Just threw a ball there as Straus settles back in. .417 batting average on the season. On base percentage at .469. As Nestor is able to get a strike on the inside corner there.
I'd like to see Nestor, you know, continue to have work at the pace that she worked at last inning, being able to get ahead in the counts.
Nestor throws the ball high. Looks like most of this NC State infield has switched to visors now. Ball hit past the third baseman, Logan Morris. Russ gobbles it up and throws it in as Straus gets another hit on the day. Leadoff single for the Hokies.
Nestor comes back with a pitch down and in, and Straus able just to turn on it and send it to left field past the diving Morris. Good attempt by the third baseman, though.
Kelsey Bennett up to bat. Foul ball to the road. Trying to come out aggressive against Nestor. Bennett is 0 for 2 today, hitting .393. One pitch. 0-1 pitch goes for a ball. Have the corners in. Looking for the double play as the infield. Middle infield playing on the grass. Visser with their heels on it. Nestor misses again. 2-1 count now. Nestor swings and delivers, and Bennett turns on that one, gets a single, hits it to Russ. That is another hit for this Hokies team, putting runners on first and second against Nestor in the top of the sixth.
Back-to-back singles to start this inning, as you see Bennett just turns on that pitch on the inside corner, sends it out to left field, putting the Hokies in a position to score a few more runs with the heart of their lineup at the plate.
Straus on second, Bennett on first, and Jamie Bailey up to hit as the ball goes foul, as Visser dives for it, but she got it in the foul dirt. Bailey is 1 for 2 today, hitting .356 on the season. Nestor stands and delivers, gets another strike by her. That was a good pitch there by Nestor, getting it Bailey ahead of that pitch.
Her off speed is really working in this game, and you can see it's been giving Virginia Tech trouble. Most of their hits have come across or curveball or fastball.
Ball high to Bailey. If you're NC State, you can't really allow a lot more runs, and you know Nestor knows. She has to stay ahead of the batter here, looking for a strikeout to get one out and then maybe get a double play ball to the next batter.
Wouldn't be surprised if she goes off speed again.
Fouled off there by Bailey.
Just because, as you said, they can't give up more runs, and also because, you know, they're struggling at the plate. They've got 1 run via a home run and 2 hits total. So they know they've really got to keep the Hokies in the park.
Ball's going to be hit high to Jones, and Jones is able to backpedal, flipping her hips and able to get that one. She looked like a high school DB going through drills. And that brings the first out with a pop-up from Bailey, and now Eberly comes to the plate. Now you have a pitcher battle. You have Nestor trying to stop damage from being done, and Eberly looking for more insurance runs.
Yeah, you know Eberly wants to give herself some insurance here. She's going to be swinging.
Ball 1 outside. Eberly comes to this at bat hitting .286, 0 for 2 today, hitting .333 with the runners on. Have Straus on second, Bennett on first. Infield now looking for that double play ball.
it's also one of those situations, you know, she's only had 6 at-bats on the year. So, you know, being in conference play now, giving her more opportunities to hit, try to find a way to give Coach DeMore a reason to, you know, keep his pitchers hitting, which we're starting to see more of across college softball.
Nestor's able to get in. Strike there, 2-1 to Everly. Everly steps in. Nestor swings and delivers a good pitch low, gets Everly chasing. That's a 2-2 count. Nestor looks for a sign, checks the band, as does the infield. She goes swings, and inside for Rockets, 3-2-1 on the board. Probably gonna have, maybe runners are gonna take a little bigger of a lead here. There we go. And strikeout from Nestor to Everly. And the pitcher battle ends up in favor of Nestor. Nestor now with 2 outs and runners in first and second.
Nestor going back to that change, and it just falls right off the table as soon as it gets to the plate, forcing Everly to swing over the top of it.
Brings up to bat number 20, Sierra Walton. Nestor has done a good job to fight back, get the 2 outs with the runners on. Wagner tried to frame it. Umpires having none of it. Ball 1. Nestor swings and delivers. That's a good swing there by number 20. Walton pulls it foul to the dugout. Looked like she hit it with the tip of her bat, too.
You know, that one sounded like maybe the end of the bat, but she got a lot of that ball. Just pulled it foul, though.
Not the best of contact, but solid power behind it anyway. And she's going to drop that one to Jones. And Jones catches that one clean. Looked like thought she was going to have to throw it in, but NC State gets out of another jam there as we go into the bottom. As Virginia Tech is up 3-1, and how they're doing it is from the pitching mound with Carrie Everly.
Carrie Everly, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts so far, lowering that ERA down to 1.9. Everly looking good and getting through this hot-hitting Wolfpack lineup.
And she faces the leadoff hitter, Sam Russ, who gave her trouble as the first batter. Was one of the 2 hits that she gave up was a triple in the first inning. And after that, Everly really settled in, only allowing 1 run to that with that home run to Morris. And it's gonna fall behind in this count, 2-0. Looks like she was a little disgruntled by that call, shaking her head.
NC State has this approach at the plate, you know, they start open and then they close, so they're right on top of the plate, and it gives pitchers fits because it's like, okay, well, if I go inside, you know, it could hit them, and, you know, or does the umpire call it inside?
2-0 pitch comes in for a strike. Yeah, as a pitcher, you don't really see where that leg is gonna be. You might be aiming for the inside corner, and you don't have the marker of where should I go, where's the closest I can go, and then they might bring that inside leg in closer than that back leg, and you end up hitting them trying to hit that inside corner.
And Russ likes those inside pitches. We saw with the triple in the first inning to lead the game off. She took a pitch right on the inside corner and drove it down the line.
3-1 pitch to Russ. She's going to hit her right back to Banks. And Banks just eats it up, hungry hippo style, to get Russ out.
Right fielder number 28, Bridget Norbert.
I haven't played that game in so long.
I was explaining the premise of that game recently, and I long for the days where I could play it and not be looked at differently.
We used to play it in PE class in elementary school on those little colorful scooters, or whatever you call them.
Those were the best days. And speaking about hungry players, we have Bridget Norbert looking for her first home run in 3 games. She leads the team with 12, and she's been held very quiet today. 0 for 1 with a walk, but Nordberg has yet to get anything really going for herself. And just pops one up to the shortstop right over the second base bag. Nolan just eats that one up. Bringing to play Johnston.
Number 34, Sarah Johnston.
Really making quick work of 1 and 2. Bringing up number 3, seeing if she can go 3 up, 3 down one more time against this Wolfpack team.
Really making it look easy getting through this top of the lineup. You know, she's holding Nordberg to only a walk today. Russ, with the leadoff triple, but nothing much after that. Now Skylar Johnston, she grounded out and struck out.
Johnston is hitting 296, just below that 300 line, and pulls one just foul of the third base bag to fall behind 0-2.
I'm looking to throw a drop ball outside here. That's what I'm calling.
That really delivers.
Oh, she goes up.
She heard you. High ball, and Eberly looking to get Johnston to chase here. Ahead, 1-2. For the sign. Twist gets the right grip on the ball. Sends it, and good defensive hack there by Johnston. Fouls it off past the NC State dugout.
Good swing there by Johnston to fight it off and live to see another pitch.
On deck for NC State is number 10, Logan Morris, who hit the home run against Eberly. Hoping that she can get a runner on and start a little bit more of a rally for the state team. Johnson fouls one off behind the catcher. Everly's set to deliver. Sends in the pitch high, 2-2.
Johnson able to lay off the rise ball again to even the count.
Johnson watches, hits a short one to the third base, and she runs it out. Great hustle there by Johnston to stop a great play by Bennett. Charge that short little dribbler down the third base line. And up to bat is number 10, Logan Morris.
Logan Morris went yard earlier with a big fly swing. Took a ball belt high on the inside corner and parked it beyond the left field wall.
Eberly sets to deliver. First pitch to Morris. Morris watches one go outside. And Morris has a runner on now after Johnson outran that little dribbler down the third base line. And the outfield is playing almost on the warning track against Morris right now. Hits a hard one up the middle. Bounced from Eberly to Banks, and Banks was able to get it. She didn't really have a play at first. Tried to little pitch to second base.
Morgan Morris hits a ball hard up the middle off the glove of Eberly, and it kind of bounces right to Banks, who hesitates on the play, not really sure whether to go to first or second, decides on second a little too late. As Johnston showing off some wheels this inning.
Two great hustle plays there by Johnston, who is going to have a pinch runner now. Number 11, Chanley Gardner, comes in for, but Johnston is showing a lot of hustle. I don't know. I would have kept her maybe at second.
Know, you beating out an infield single, legging out a fielder's choice play. Next thing you know, that she's going to be stealing bases.
That is number 12, Natalie Jones. Watches strike one come in. NC State with a 2-out rally here, started by Johnston, helped on by Morris. Jones looking to keep the rally alive in the bottom of the sixth. Jones falls behind 0-2 now, fouling one off. And this is where Eberly really can be dangerous, making the state batters chase when they're down 0-2.
She's got the ability to, throw really whatever she wants, in, out, up, down.
Jones comes in with 24 strikeouts on the season, and that's her 25th as Eberly gets out of her jam, getting Jones to swing, striking her out on 3 pitches as we go into the final frame. Wolfpack 1, Virginia Tech 3.
Here's your numbers: B8 and 40, I-23, 074 and 071. 5 numbers in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. Come to the press box. You're going to be today's winner. Nine, 1, 2. Coming up for the Hokies, top of the 7th.
Back for the final frame as Virginia Tech is up 3-1, and the sun starts poking its head out once more as Maddie Banks steps up to face Sydney Nestor for the 3rd time. Nestor.
I was told when I moved here the weather in North Carolina is a little bipolar.
It truly is. I've lived here for all 20 of my years, and I have never felt the same weather yearly. As Banks tries to bunt one to Nestor. Nestor throws one wide, and that's going to be chased by in right field by Nordberg. And we're going to have Banks come home, and Banks on a bunt gets an error from Nestor, and she's plated, and that was speed there by Banks.
Banks able to lay that bunt down, and it goes right back to Nestor, who makes the throw, and it just goes wide of Jones covering first, and Bridget Norbert misplays it on the backup in right field, and with the speed of Banks, she turns that into a Little League style home run.
Banks has really been a problem with her bunts today. She helped get that rally in the 3rd going with a bunt, and now she played, like you said, the Little League home run. We have a conversation now between the umpire.
Top of the order now for the Hokies, right fielder number 9, Al Velasquez.
Nestor now faces number 9, Velasquez, for the 4th time today. Walked her in the 1st. up getting a strikeout on her again. Ball inside.
For Virginia Tech, starting the 7th inning off that way, getting a run however they could, really provide some insurance for them, and kind of a blow to the Wolfpack. You know, they think, hey, we're getting back in this game, we're getting hits, and then that happens, and it kind of deflates. So let's look to see how the Wolfpack respond here.
Wolfpack worked very hard to get that lead down to 2, and then it inflates in the top of the 7th to 3 again, off a Little League style play. Strike 1 thrown now, 2-1. Nestor delivers ball down the dirt. Nestor now faces the top of the lineup. Velasquez, Straus on deck, and Nolan in the hole for the Hokies. Good pitch there to get to a full count by Nestor.
Nestor's done a good job of keeping the 1-2 batters for Virginia Tech limited in their offense so far. They're 0 for 4 combined, but with a couple of walks.
And Velasquez draws her second walk from Nestor this game. Troll now steps up to the bat. Troll 0 for 2 with that sac fly RBI. And we're gonna have a pinch runner. 21 Stacy Colt has the second time Walton, or second time Virginia Tech has used their pinch runner. The box is Troll. Corners are in. Troll swings, fouls it back behind the plate. One 0-2 count now to Troll. Nestor getting ahead. In the first inning, Nestor was able to get out of a jam by walking the first batter, but then doubling them up with Troll lining out to Visser at shortstop. And this time she just strikes out Troll. That's her 6th strikeout of the day. Bringing up Nolan to the plate.
Good location by Nestor to place this pitch. Just breaking back in over the outside corner with the little backdoor action.
Sits Troll down with the backwards K. Nestor chases that inside corner and gets it. Coming ahead now. Strike 1 on Nolan. Ball low. 1-1 count now.
Nolan starts a string of batters for this Virginia Tech lineup that have combined for 5 hits today.
Foul ball high over the light poles. Good swing there, just has to get the timing down for Nolan. Good thing it's spring break, not a lot of cars on the road over there. Nestor delivers the 1-2. Runner goes, Wagner throws it and gets her. That's the second caught stealing of the day, and that was a good throw there by Wagner.
Virginia Tech testing the arm of the freshman catcher, and just the perfect kind of pitch for her to get a caught stealing on, and she throws a strike down to second base.
That was second baseman Natalie Jones covering the bag on that. 1-2 count. Ahead of that, and that's out number 3 as NC State allows 1 run to Maddie Banks on that Little League home run style play, and as we go into the bottom of the 7th, it is 4-1 Hokies.
Seven, 8, coming up for the Wolfpack, number 7.
Seven Innings is the weekly softball podcast with the ESPN personalities covering the sport, entertaining us all the way to Oklahoma City and beyond. Listen now on the ESPN app, iTunes, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, we have NC State coming up to bat. They're leading off with Randy Farricker as we are being serenaded with Bradley Paisley. But NC State looking to get some more action going as they try to start their conference season 1-0 rather than 0-1 against this Virginia Tech squad.
There's a lot of newcomers to this NC State team. This is their first conference game. They've been on the road the past week. A lot of things to adjust to, but so far they've put up a good fight.
Eberle still on the mound. And Farricker is able to drop one in. She's looking for 2 now. And aggressive base running by the pack. Ball's thrown past second, past the shortstop to the third base side. And Farricker with the leadoff double on Eberle.
Farricker able to get a pitch and send it to right field with a diving outfielder trying to make a stop on it, and Farricker being aggressive, taking second. Gotta like what the transfer is trying to do here to spark a 7th inning rally.
And pinch hitting now for Wagner is number 2, Jessica Moore. Moore on the season has 3 home runs. He's hitting 222 and is hitting 231 with runners in scoring position. Falls behind in the count 0-2. And going back to that play, I think Farricker may have stayed at first if Velasquez just played that ball straight up and just stayed on her feet rather than trying to make a diving play.
Absolutely, but she took advantage of that opportunity that the slide presented to her, and now you got Jessica Moore who can provide some power.
Watches the outside corner being missed by Eberle there. 1-2 count. That's something special about when you are a power team. You know one swing can really get us back in this game, especially with a runner on. That 3-run lead is not safe for the Hokies.
Right, you're
against this
looking at
lineup.
someone like Moore with 6 hits, 3 of them are home runs.
And she pushes one up the middle, and now we're going to have runners on the corners as NC State starts their rally with Moore on first base.
Interesting to see Coach Patrick Swift down there at third, hold Farraker at third, especially with that ball going off the glove of Banks into center field. As you see, Moore sends his ball up the middle, and Banks dives for it, can't quite handle it, and there's nobody there to recover.
I think Coach just didn't want to make the first out possibly be the one at home. You never want that to be the first one, especially in a rally. And that play by Banks saved a run there, making sure it didn't go to the outfield. Without that, definitely was going to send Farraker as Rizzi steps into the box. 0 for 2 on the day. 182, 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. Even the 8th hole hitter for this NC State team has that power with 2 home runs.
Rizzi's hitting both balls to second base so far this game, and both of her home runs have been opposite field home runs. So she does like to take advantage of those balls in the outer half of the plate. We'll see how Eberly pitches her, if she wants to come inside and challenge her to turn on it, or if she's going to leave it out to where, basically in Rizzi's wheelhouse.
Rizzi swinging at the 1-1 delivery. Eberly is now ahead in the count, 1-2. NC State runners on the corners. 9-hole hitter up next. And in the hole is number 3, Sam Russ. To start off the game with a triple. It's been pretty quiet since on the offensive side. Rizzi watches ball 2 go by.
And this is a situation that'll bring maybe some confidence to these 8-9 batters who've been struggling recently with their offensive game. You know, when you have runners on, it gives you an opportunity. Hey, you know what? Like, even if I put this ball as a sac fly or somehow to the right side, it's still good.
Ball's going to be high. It's going to be played on the first base side. Won't move any runners. And that's the first out for the Hokies as Eberly gets Rizzi to pop out to Bailey. And now up to bat is a Visser. She's also 0 for 2 with a strikeout today, hitting .089 on the season.
If there's someone in this lineup who needs a hit, it is April Visser, 100%.
Visser went around on the bunt. It's a tough position for NC State. This game could be over with just a hit to either the shortstop or second baseman and get doubled up here. And that's not how you want your rally to end. Especially with the top of the lineup coming up next with Russ on deck. Another strike there, 0-2. Visser is behind.
On that pitch, Virginia Tech on a bunt, they're covering first and third, and there was nobody covering second. So I'm curious why we still have a runner on first with that happening.
Visser watches a close pitch there. Ball 1. Eberly looks for the sign. Gets his mouse, steps on the rubber. Spins and delivers. Visser, hard one to the second baseman, Banks. She runs it out at first, though. Now no runners on as she plates 1. It's going to be 4-2 NC State as Sam Russ comes up, who had the triple in the first inning.
We take a look back at that triple as she just digs a ball out almost on the ground and sends it into the corner for the Wolfpack's first hit of the game. And here we go with 1 on, 2 out. Your leadoff batter up.
Then you don't want to look ahead, but if she does get on, right behind her is Nordberg. You have the runner on first and Visser, and Russ at the plate now. If Russ maybe gets that triple here, she plates one. And if you're Eberly, you just have to stick with what you have. She's been throwing very well, been commanding the game all 7 innings. And Russ is able to move Visser to third base. Runners on the corner again as Nordberg is stepping up to the plate.
And that's what you want. You want station, not station to station, but you just want as many hits as you can get in this situation. And Russ with a base hit to right field. Visser with her speed hits second, turns for third, and she's in there without a throw. And now you've got Bridget Norbert at the plate with 2 outs and a base open. You have to be really careful in this situation because Norbert can hit you with a long ball here or something for extra bases. She hasn't done much this game besides a walk.
This season, Nordberg has 12 home runs, tied 4th in the NCAA. Looking for a pitch here. And the game plan does not change for Coach Swift's team. They're still going to swing for the fences. They're looking to get out of here on the next pitch.
And this is the exact situation that they probably practice day in and day out, especially with their approach at the plate. And, swing for the fences. They literally swing for home runs.
Fouls off to the same place. Now it's 0-2 with 2 outs. Runners on the corner. NC State fans trying to get Nordberg into it. Nordberg 0 for 2 with a walk today. He's hitting .364 with 2 outs, .391 with runners in scoring position.
Eberly being able to pound that inside corner that's given Nordberg trouble all day.
And Nordberg strikes out swing, drop third, and that's going to do it. The rally is stopped short from the Wolfpack as Eberly gets out of here with the win. And